YouTube. I'm Colleen and I'm back for another live session brought to you by Princess Dental Staffing. And today's topic is how to ask your employees for feedback. Okay, so we're going to be talking about how to ask employees for feedback. But first, let's start off by talking about why, as a manager, as a supervisor, why would you want employee feedback, right? Why is it important for managers, supervisors to get employee feedback? Well, so the easy answer is because it gives you information that you can work on, right? So if you are asking your employees for feedback, firstly, it helps build those relationships, right? It helps build those open and trusting relationships. It helps show employees that you actually do care about their work experience and how you can make it better. Okay. It can also help give you some insight and some perspective other than your own, right? So your perspective, of course, is very important when it comes to the office operations and how everyone works together. But asking your employees for feedback and for information gives you just some other perspectives and gives you information that maybe you were not privy to beforehand. And it may even reveal some problems that you were not even aware were an issue, okay? And the earlier that you can find out that there is a problem, the sooner that you can fix the problem, right? And everyone can start working together again and operations can run smoothly, right? So really important to get that feedback from employees just so you can get some alternate information and perspectives and insights. So you can, and it also gives you an opportunity to see, how everyone works together as a team in your office, where an employee's strengths are and what are some of the things that they can improve a little bit, maybe work on a little bit more. Okay, so a lot of information comes from employee feedback. So really important to really get in touch with your employees and, find out how their work experience is moving forward. Okay. So as a matter of fact, there is this interesting article on Forbes.com. The article is called Want Honest Feedback from Employees, 16 Strategies to Try. I really, really love this article. And in this article, they actually cite a Gallup study that found that managers who received feedback on their strengths actually increased their productivity by 8.9%. Okay, so again, really important to get that feedback from employees. Okay, and in this article, like I said, it's called Want Honest Feedback from Employees, 16 Strategies to Try. So they talk about 16 different strategies that you can implement to in order to get honest and direct employee feedback. I'm going to go over my picks for the top 5. These 5 strategies I think deserve some emphasis and I think are just especially important. Okay, so firstly, ensure anonymity. So, sometimes employees can be a little bit, they can be a little bit scared or apprehensive about giving honest and direct feedback because they're afraid it might affect their relationship with their managers. They're afraid there might be some sort of retribution. Okay. So in order to quell those kinds of fears, one of the ways that you can do that is to ensure anonymity in receiving that feedback, maybe using like a Google form. Okay, or something to that effect, something that can ensure their anonymity. Now, I know it's not always possible. If you have kind of a smaller office and your team is a little bit smaller, it might be a little bit more difficult to ensure that anonymity, but definitely a great strategy to implement if you can, okay? Number 2, establish trust. Now, I've done previous videos that talk about building trusting relationships and the importance of building trust in your office and among your team. Very, very important to build that trust because it helps open the lines of communication. When you have those trusting relationships with your employees, it opens those lines of communication and you are more likely to get that honest and direct feedback that you're looking for, okay? Number 3, ask for top challenges and offer solutions, okay? So again, when you're talking to your employees and you're asking them for their top challenges, they may be challenges that, again, you may never even thought existed or you didn't know about or something like that. So if you ask them for their challenges, what are the challenges that they're dealing with on a regular basis, it helps build that trust and build that rapport with those employees. And if you offer those solutions, it can help if you offer those simple solutions, simple solutions are always the best. If they're easily implemented and very simple, it can make a huge, huge impact. So asking for those challenges and offering those solutions really go a long way in building those relationships and actually supporting the office operations. Okay. Number 4, follow through. I cannot stress this one enough. You can get all of the feedback in your world. You can quiz and test your employees until the cows come home. But if you have all that information and you don't do anything with it, then the process isn't complete, okay? You haven't taken that data and that information and those insights and perspectives and actually done anything with them. And that really is a very, very quick way to kind of break down those trusting relationships with your employees, okay? So make sure you follow through as much as possible, okay? And lastly, give honest feedback to get honest feedback. A lot of employees do want honest feedback on their work. And so if you provide those employees with honest feedback on their work and what they're doing well and maybe what they can work on a little bit more, they're more likely to give that honest feedback back to you, okay? So that'll do it for me today, everyone. That's a little bit about why it's important to ask employees for feedback, what you could do with that feedback, and just some strategies and advice on what you can implement to help get that direct and honest feedback. So if you have any other thoughts or insights on feedback, feel free to comment on this video. As a matter of fact, I encourage you to do so. So thanks for spending this Friday with me, everyone. Happy Friday. I hope you have an even more wonderful weekend, and I will see you next week. Have a great day, everyone. Bye.